Today's video is brought to you by Grey Viking Games. Click the link in the description below to buy MTG Arena codes for cosmetics, packs, and more. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we're gonna have some fun playing Magic. Who would have guessed? And today is finally time to play some Will and Rowan. I realized I hadn't done it yet, and it is time. It is time to do that, and I decided to not stop there. We are also playing Luca and Mila, which is super fun. And this turned into a full-on Planeswalkers, Jeskai control Dragon Yorion pile that is actually pretty decent. I'm not gonna say top tier, but it actually does a lot of really cool things. So let's dive into it real quick. At first, I was just trying to build around Will and Rowan because I hadn't done it yet. And so it kind of turned into just a basic Prismari control deck, but I've done that before and I like bringing you guys new, exciting stuff. And so I wanted to spice it up a little bit and try to fix it up a little bit here. At first, I just had Goldspan Dragon, Galazeth Prismari to be a good dragon combo in Prismari deck, but then Velomachus Lorehold just fits really well into that deck anyway. When we're playing Magma Opuses, when we're playing, Prismari Commands, a bunch of things that help us ramp up into Velomachus, and also just other good spells that can be cast with Velomachus swinging in that it's just really good anyway, that it seems pretty easy to splash into white. But while I was splashing into white, I got to be more than a splash, and we ended up having to add in Yorion to really fill in all of the pieces that I needed to make this deck work and function. And Yorion does actually work pretty well with all the Planeswalkers we ended up with in this deck, so it still is, functional, not just the pile. Luca works great, being able to add loyalty counters to our Planeswalker with the Mila side of it, and Luca doing -2 to actually let us attack in with a Velomachus from the graveyard, or bring back Yorion from the graveyard and blink things again and get a little bit extra value. You then have to exile the creature at the beginning of the next upkeep, but that's also a kind of fun thing you can do with Yorion. If you use the -2 ability and hit a Velomachus from the graveyard that would eventually end up having to exile, you could blink it with Yorion and it does end up staying on the battlefield after that point. And so there are some fun synergies that does require a lot of mana to do all in one turn, but it's fun stuff to do. I'm not going to break down every single card in this deck. We have a lot of cards in here, lots of one-ofs, lots of things that are just control-y, help to make the deck work, but ultimately it's really, really fun. And so I'll leave the breakdown analysis of the deck for after the gameplay. So main plan of this deck is to kill early game creatures, fix our hand in the early game, play Planeswalkers on turn 3, Dragons on turn 4, turn 5, and then either a Velomachus or Magma Opus on the top end, with Ugin also to kind of just fill in all the cracks, and it makes it really powerful. So that's it. So let's go ahead and dive into gameplay. But before we do, a daily reminder to hit the subscribe button. Over the last 90 days, 3 months, I had almost 300,000 unique viewers and over 117,000 people that have watched multiple videos. And I found that the only way to get the hundreds and thousands of viewers that I have to actually subscribe is if I ask. So if you guys would, please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Well, I just went down one, didn't I? Yikes. All right, up against Bert, and we have Magma Opus on turn 2 into Prismari Command or Will and Rowan. Good stuff. That's the turn. I could have held onto the Snarl, play out the Triome first. It's always tapped, where this sometimes is not. And it's a tough choice. Snow-covered plains. Could also foretell a Doomskar here. Let's do that. Pass the turn. I have a feeling this is mono white, and so this is going to be decent. I can feel it in my bones. Oh, is it going to be stacks? That's a little bit different then. All right, Triome. Pass the turn, hold up, discard, or Fire Prophecy. Okay, Birth of Militus. Well, it's not what I expected. I'm not happy about that. All right. Untapped land gives us Will. Let's just play Teferi. I can kill the Maze Mind Tome and create another treasure. Or draw cards there. I think what I'd rather do with Will and Rowan is play him out on Will when I can, and then Yorion bring it back as Rowan to kind of go off with the damage in the late game. I think the card draw and stuff is just better. Yeah, let's go Teferi though. Just get some value. I don't think Teferi Prophecy is going to be as good. Draw a card.
Think fast.
Draconic Intervention, probably a dead card. And we can kill a lot of stuff. We'll see. I mean, I'm hoping they just don't have an answer for the Teferi. That would be the best. There's a Banishing Light. Okay, then. Land. We keep the land. Do we actually have answers for enchantments? I don't think we do. Actually, we have ECD. We have Elspeth Conquers Death to get rid of that. All right, cool. All right, so let's go Will. We will go Will. Draw some cards.
I just need to be patient.
All right, so that's our 7th lands. Yeah, 6, 7. So we have Velomachus on 2 more turns. In 2 more turns. I can't spoke right, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Every once in a while, I just don't got it, you know? Mine Tome. Prismari Command actually works really well with Will and Rowan, doesn't it? It's pretty fun stuff. I guess I can hold off on Snarl. We can actually draw a few cards here. So let's go Castle Vantress. All right, so let's do this. So we go turn you into base power 2. Do I actually care about killing that at all? I don't know if I do. We're already playing Velomachus on the next turn, so I want to draw 2 cards. I can destroy target artifact and get rid of a Mine Tome just so they aren't gaining life, not getting much value out of it. Is it worth actually killing this guy on the ground? All of our stuff is on the air anyway, right? So yeah, we don't care about it. So, so we draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Let's kill Mine Tome. That still gives us 4 mana to do stuff with. Yep, Scries. Discard Doomskar and Snarl. Do I want to play out Mila? Lucan can end up being really good just because of how good Velomachus is. If it does end up dying, it's a nice thing to have. We can do the -2 a couple of times, which is the big thing. So yeah, we have to have creatures, which we do have some pretty big beefy creatures to hit in with every once in a while. So like, we hold off for Luca now. Bring Yorion to hand. I really wish that this gave the blue and red elemental creatures haste. Because it makes so much sense that you'd be able to exile 5 of your own things, give them haste and attack in for damage. Like, that just makes a lot of sense. But maybe not in a blue creature deck, so whatever. All right, let's go Velomachus. I guess we go ahead and make this a 2/2 in case we hit like Cinderclasm or, I don't know, something. Fire Prophecy. All right, so Lorehold Command is awesome. Let's do that one. Just making sure. Yeah, Lorehold Command is basically the best thing we can get. 3 damage to face. You can sacrifice a permanent. Draw 2 cards. All right, so they have board wipes, right? Not really worried about that. So let's just get 3 damage dealt till end of turn. And let's just sacrifice a permanent, draw 2 cards. Let's go face. Oh, and then we gain 3 life. I have to target for every one of those things, huh? We're going to sacrifice a land here. Let's go with Mountain. Niko Aris is awesome. Okay. Well, we got a lot of value. Will and Rowan, actually, so Rowan now can actually start doing 3 points of damage pretty easily with a bunch of shards available, so we're gonna go Niko Aris probably just for a ton. Well, we'll see. They probably have Doomskar here, which then we will probably Luca, bring back Velomachus, hit in. It's too much value not to do. All right, what you doing there, sir? Yeah, there it is. We knew it was coming. How much mana do I have? So I have exactly 6 mana out there. 7 with this. We have 8 on the next turn. I can bring out quite a few shards with Niko. Let's just go for Luca still. Yeah, so Luca.
It feels good to get back to the battlefield. Get up and fight.
Velomachus. Swing in. I should have waited. I just realized I could have Velomachus and then blinked it with Yorion, and then it would have stayed and not exiled. Of your next upkeep is when it gets exiled. So if I have a Teferi, I could phase out my own creature. Does Teferi actually only phase out opponent's creatures you don't control? Bummer. All right. Yeah, that's fine. It is nice that it lets it be a blocker there as well. So I think we draw 3 cards here. We blink back with Yorion, get a Rowan. Play the other will. I will see. All right, goes for ECD. It's the Luca. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I got exiled anyway. All right, there's a Magma Opus. That's a pretty big deal. All right, let's draw 2 cards first.
There's got to be a spell.
Let's play Rowan and tick up. That's 3 damage to face. That's really what I'm caring about there. Niko X2. Is that good enough? Yeah, sure.
Don't worry, I never miss.
All right, we'll create another shard token. All right, this means that we have enough card draw to get in for a little bit more damage with Rowan. And that's probably one of our best damage dealers that they're going to have a hard time dealing with. Oh, they do have Faceless Havens now. I missed that. That's fine. If they go off with... Might need a Magma Opus to start killing that, don't we? I can stop on the upkeep and tap down the Faceless Havens. Deal 4 damage to face... Yorion blinks Will and brings it back as a Rowan. All right, so Rowan dies.
Maybe I do need Will.
All right, so this says you have to draw 3 or more cards this turn to get the 3 points of damage. Okay. Oh, things cost more now. Rude. Well, let's just Doomskar. Hold up Mystical Dispute. See here, I can draw some cards and just kill one of these guys. I could Magma Opus with... No, I can't. Sorry. Alright, Doomskar. Well, we're not in any kind of threat for at least a little bit. Starnheim Unleashed is what that was. Okay, so yeah, Double Faceless Haven goes in and kills stuff. I'd love to be able to kill these guys.
My concentration is shattered.
All right, well, let's crack some shards. Sure. All right. Get that back. It's a damage dealer. We like it. Draconic Intervention. Doesn't deal at instant speed, so yeah, that goes to the bottom. Magma Opuses, I think, really are the main thing we're looking for here, so that's good. All right, so how much mana do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cards in hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so I think what we do is we stop on the upkeep. Do I want to kill one of these Faceless Havens? That's the real question. We get 4 damage to face. We get a 4/4. Yeah, so I think we pass the turn. It's a little bit annoying. Could Mystical Dispute that. Then we don't have a Magma Opus. No. Alright, so any number of targets that we choose, so those ones. Submit the 3. Tap these 2 permanents. There we go. Resolve. Yeah, I had stop held up. Only reason this would be worth tapping down is if they have something to foretell. It's a bunch of dead lands. I mean, not dead. We can still play them out. It is nice to be able to play Magma Opus and something else. I mean, we'll take, you know, 15, 20 mana. I'm okay with that. All right, so what are we doing now? We have the 4/4. We got them down to 10. Glass Casket kills the Elemental. That's fine. Goldspan Dragon. That's good. That's really good. All right, go Goldspan Dragon. How much mana do we have now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not enough for Magma Opus. So let's go Rowan first. We haven't actually drawn cards. We don't have a way to draw that many cards. We can get them down to 5. They have to kill it with a Faceless Haven, but they can. We have no way to really stop them. So let's try to find something else here. Prismari Command is nice. So put this one into hand. One of the library, Fire Prophecy, and then let's play Prismari Command here. Get 2 damage, dealt to face. And create a treasure or draw cards. What else can I play if I create a treasure? All right, so 2 damage to the face. We create a treasure. All right, so we have the win with Magma Opus and these treasures and stuff. So let's just pass the turn now. Ugin. Can't quite Mystical Dispute. We can kill it with the Prismari Command. I mean, we win anyway. I'd rather hold it Mystical Dispute to counter. Oh, we don't have enough to counter any kind of life gain. Oh, we get a Teferi back. Sweet. That's right. All right, draw, discard. Sweet stuff. All right, well, let's just throw 4 damage at face. There we go. Tapping down their Ugin, just for the fun of it. There we go. Good game, sir. I mean, they could have an Omen of the Sun. Okay, we have Mystical Dispute to stop it, though, so... Yes. That was a long one, but that was a good game. Fun stuff. All right, up against Rod, and keep this hand. This is a good hand for finding Snarls. Hopefully we find them before we play out all these lands here. We have a Rowan and a Will. There it is. Found it. Past turn, have Fire Prophecy held up. And so typically, I think we try to get to Will if we can. Rowan is nice, and we can occasionally be drawing extra cards and doing more damage with this, but the emblem is really what would be the most cool. The most excellent. Let's go ahead and get rid of a Velomachus for now. It's really expensive. We can get to it eventually. Let's... out Castle Ardenvale. Let's play out and be able to just draw 2 cards with Will would be awesome. Let's go ahead and play out the Rowan though. I want to get to this ultimate so bad. So the ultimate says whenever you get an emblem with whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, you may pay 2. If you do, copy that spell. That just sounds so fun. That's what I want to have happen. All See Life's Bounty. All right, they're going a little bit wide. Draconic Intervention. We get to do 2 damage to everything. Well, okay then. That's legit. That's legit. I like that.
I've learned lots of
Probably should have played out the plane so the Castle Ardenvale is online. Do that next turn. All right, Luminarch Aspirant. All See Life's Bounty. Well, staying in it. Do we want to ultimate this right away? Teferi is not bad. Let's see here. Galazeth is still a pretty just decent blocker as well. Could just make a token. I want to try to keep Rowan alive. If they have removal, actually, let's see here. Is this Winota? I'm not sure if they'd be playing Luminarch Aspirant and Winota. In that case, Teferi would be better. Let's still just go with Galazeth. I have Yorion to blink this if I need to bring it back up a little bit more. We're just going to take pass the turn. I don't actually have spells to cast yet. It is Winota. All right, well, cool. And we get to kill this. So it comes in tap and attack, and they can choose the targets. They whiffed. Oh, boy. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, that is beautiful. I love Winota Whips. I'm not sure if I love anything more than that. unless it's me that's doing it, then that's the worst thing ever. All right, on to the next one. All right, up against Take Care, and we actually can't do anything with this hand, so we mulligan. We can foretell a Doomskar and then Fire Prophecy, try to find the land. Like, so if we're up against a creature deck, which is a decent possibility. Hey, man, I don't want to go down to 5 cards here when we can, in some ways, play this one. Let's just hope they play creatures or that we find, you know, stuff. All right, foretell Doomskar, pass the turn. Holding up Fire Prophecy there might have been really nice. No creatures. Yeah, well, in that case. I think I could foretell the Sot coming. If we find a blue source eventually, it'd be nice. Let's go ahead and do that. Foretell the Sot coming, pass the turn. Sultai? Yeah, it's just not a non-Yorion Sultai deck. Wow. Man, we just have found nothing. We'll play out Mila. Pass the turn. No blue mana. An opponent didn't play out creatures. That makes this Fire Prophecy a little bit more awkward. But if they target us, we at least get some card draw. It's a target of a spell or an ability. So Binding Old Gods does trigger this. Doesn't grab a blue source. One for specimens. Well, that's a target for Fire Prophecy. I'm down for that. Environmental Sciences. Sounds nice. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and fire this off. We already have a Sot coming. If we find blue mana, I'd rather have Creative Iteration, Expressive Iteration. All right, so this is whenever an opponent attacks one or more planeswalkers that you control. So it's the opponent attacking, not the number of creatures that are attacking. So, and then you put a loyalty counter on each planeswalker you control. Okay. This feels like some sort of combo deck now. Maybe it's Beanstalk Giants into... I really don't know what else it would be. Yeah, I can't play the Expressive Iteration. Blue mana would be amazing. Excuse me, I said blue mana. Some people just don't know how to listen. Jeez. Well, we still play out the lands. With Fire Prophecy, I was debating if I want to hold on to a land because then I could filter it away. But now we just play what we got. Garrick. Oi. Oi, oi, oi. Wow. Yeah, this is incredible. It'll just bring it back as a Mila, right? Doesn't actually matter. So, well, man. This is rough. We have so many dual lands. And the issue is all of our dual lands are going to come in tapped because we've played out all these things. Bad stuff. Man, their auto tapper just went weird for them. Decided not to hold up a forest and a swamp. Yeah, let's draw a card. Now they can -3 onto the Yorion. And then we get to Doomskar. Garrick did go down, so we're not losing too much here with that. Come on, give me blue, man. Oh my gosh. Well. I mean, I'd love to hold off for the will, but let's just do this. We get to Doomskar.
This will give me a chance to test my new power.
Yeah, well, two counters onto Garrick. Down to 18 past the turn. How many stuff in the graveyard? All right, not enough to bring back the Plukernos for a little bit. Man, blue mana would be amazing.
That wasn't fun at all.
Being able to copy stuff would have been really nice as well. All right, hunt for specimens. And I can bring back Planeswalker. Oh, nice. Oh, man. Okay, well, there's our tapped blue source. We got a blue source. We're in this game. Oh, yeah. All right, down to 11. Yeah, so many creatures. Yeah, we're really far behind. It just took, what, how many turns to get to a blue source? Way too many. Way too many. That actually would let us cast the Expressive Iteration and have a blocker. How about that? Oh man, that's an actual thing that we could do. All right, so put ECD to hand. The bottom of the library is where the other one goes. We still have to have the mana to cast this, right? So it doesn't actually matter. Oh well. Yeah, that's game. We're done. Yeah, there it is. Okay. They have the -3 with Garrick as well, so all sorts of dead and just terrible draws. All right, up against Karuba, kind of an interesting hand. Snarls with Triomes are a little bit awkward, honestly. We do try to play him untapped whenever we can. Pass the turn. We can hold up Mystical Dispute with it at the very least. If we find a 2-drop, we can play out the planes if need be. All right, well, double Triome, we definitely play this one out tapped. So we have Prismari Command on the next turn. Evolving Wilds. There's a mountain. All right. All right, Prismari Command, really good here. Do I wait until next turn or do I do it now? Sometimes people do play some sort of like pump or protection, and so let's go ahead and just kill it and make a treasure. All right, so we're gonna want to have Mystical Dispute as 3 mana to be able to get an Embercleave at some point here. All right, Goldspan Dragon. At the same time that we're also just going to go aggro. We should be able to race here, okay? Planes for the next turn, swing with Goldspan Dragon. We might even just cycle the Triome. Maybe bring Yorion to hand. We'll see. Yorion would give us 12 power on board. We can blink these guys back to block with. We can also hold up Mystical Dispute soon. Okay, no Embercleave. Gemrazor. Does have reach. Magma Opus. Instant speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so let's go. See, I'll have 6 mana. So I have to not play the Goldspan Dragon here. So hold on during attacks here. So let this resolve. And then we're going to Magma Opus. 4 damage to vitamin creatures as I choose. I can also just tap down the Gemrazor, kill the Annex instead. Nah, I want this guy dead. They'll get guys, but that's fine. So yeah, just select that one. 4 damage there. Tap down. Doesn't actually matter. Yeah. All right, so Embercleave is the thing we're worried about now. Prismari Command lets us at least kill it if they do have it. Unfortunately, we don't have enough mana for Mystical Dispute. But now I'm feeling like we're in much better shape. I like this. I like it a lot. Magma Opus is so good. I could have just tapped him down, not them getting much stuff. I could have just hit in for damage to face. There's lots of things that could have happened. Okay, let's block here. It feels like an Embercleave, so at least get to kill something. Huh. Down to 13. All right, plays out Bone Crush you, dude. How much damage do we have? With Goldspan Dragon, they have to block with the Bone Crusher Giant. Okay, so go Goldspan Dragon. Yeah, so forced to trade. Down to 4. Create some more dudes. So Embercleave, I think, is the only way that we die here. And so I do think that a Prismari Command killing the Embercleave is probably our best play. We can go for Counterspell maybe as well. How else can we die? I think that's basically it, so we'll wait. Is that another Annex? Yeah, okay. I mean, those guys don't get haste, so that's fine. They're not dealing with what we're doing, yeah, so all good. All good stuff. All right, so we went 3 and 2 with this deck. We were on the play actually a lot, which is surprising. It doesn't typically happen. I ended up cutting out this one because I just didn't enjoy the gameplay, or one of the games. I can't remember which one it was, but it was just not a fun game. And so I ended up cutting out. That's, if it's not fun and interesting, and I do terrible stuff like that, you know, I don't, you guys don't have to see that. Okay, so I'm just trying to get more good stuff for you guys. So we ended up going 3 and 1 with this one, and the decks were fun. The deck did well. It has a game plan, it does the game plan, and it plays a lot of fun stuff. The main thing I was trying to go for was trying to play Will and Rowan and trying to play Luca. And I just felt like at first I was actually playing like Velomachus, Goldspan Dragon, Galazeth Prismari. Those are just the perfect dragons to put together on the top end of like a control-y type of deck. It's just really good. The value is just there. Velomachus and Goldspan Dragon and Galazeth Prismari work really well in a control style deck. Especially if we have the right kind of removal and we're playing lots of instant sorcery spells. And then Will and Rowan just kind of fit in perfectly. And I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and try to play some other things. And it turned into kind of to a Planeswalker deck instead, which Kasmina, I'm trying to remember if Kasmina, so it does require green mana, which we have treasures to pay for it. It could have been fun to try to go for Kasmina as well, but it's really not the best way to go. So I decided not to. But yeah, so ultimately deck is fun. I had a blast with it. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe. I'm not going to dive too far into the breakdown on this one because there's just we saw a lot of the pieces out there anyway. There's a lot of like one-ofs and things like that I don't think need to be broken into too much. If you guys are trying to improve this deck or like fix it, I mean, the main idea is that Velomachus, Goldspan, and Galazeth Prismari make really good dragon synergy combo on the top end, but you need to have lots of spells to really make Velomachus work. Well, Will and Rowan, I think, adds some good card draw. Prismari Command adds a lot of value to it. Like, there's just a lot of good stuff in general that you can play and use and do. And so it works out. Anyway, that's it. I hope you guys enjoy it. See you guys in the next one. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.